Okay, now we're going to look at validation checks. Let's look at a past paper here. So name and describe one suitable validation check used for task 1. Now this is for project, but it's a similar thing. So we have to name the validation check and we need to describe it, and then for the second one, and we get 4 marks for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have to give some test data and the reason for the choice. So let's look at the answers here. We have type checks or character checks to make sure that only numbers are entered, and we have range checks, also known as limit checks, to make sure it's within a particular range, and we have presence checks to make sure that something's being typed in. And if we look down here, the test data we're looking for will be something like -50 for the number of students, and the reason is to check that negative values for number of students are rejected. So let's try this for our task. So validation check, one validation check would be a range check to ensure that we've got a valid range, and the reason for the choice is to ensure the time entered is valid. And a set of test data for that could be -60, and we could say that this value is too low and should be rejected. Okay. Alternately, we could have said we could have used 60 or 61. We could have said value too high, rejected. Okay, or we could have put the value 1 and said that this value is fine to test that it's accepted. Another check we could use is a type check to ensure that it's a number, and the reason for choice is to ensure that a number is entered. Remember, this is for time. And a set of test data could be A, B, C, and we'll say that this is text should produce an error message. Okay, and if we do something like this, then we could get 6 marks. And this is the type of question that often turns up on this part of the paper, and that's 6 marks. That's quite a lot of marks. So we looked at how to write validation checks, and we also are looking at how to test the validation check. So that's a couple large sections on that paper.